Tomo News presents What to Expect in 2017. Soon you'll be able to have sex with a celebrity sex robot. Ever thought about what it might be like to hop in the sack with your favorite celebrity crush? Well, you won't have to fantasize much longer. Robot sex dolls have been in the works for a while, and pretty soon they'll be customizable, designed to look, sound, and even feel like the real thing. Sex doll manufacturers will be able to create robot clones by using photographs to replicate the bedroom partner of your dreams. Celebrity A-listers are expected to have the luxury of licensing their likenesses to rake in even more cash. Unfortunately, however, for the average Joe or Jane, if someone wants to make a playmate out of you, well, there's not much you can do about it. Have an ex-boyfriend who never really got over you? Well, for all you know, he might have stopped calling because he could be getting under you with a robotic replacement. How about a next-door neighbor you've noticed peeping in through the window from across the way? For all you know, he might be getting his fill on the other side of the fence. The sex droids are being produced to have a lifelike pulse and warm skin, and advances in artificial intelligence could allow for the robots to sound like their real-life counterparts. Westworld doesn't seem like such a world away anymore now, does it? Trump's first Benjamin in office. Airbus unveils a flying taxi. Airbus has announced its development of a flying taxi, which aims at solving traffic congestion worldwide. Airbus's electric flying vehicle is currently named the City Airbus. Test flights will be conducted in enclosed flight corridors at the National University of Singapore in mid-2017. The drones can travel to and from locations on the campus and port. Researchers plan to develop a machine vision system to allow the City Airbus to detect obstacles and function completely autonomously. Airbus says it envisions customers ordering rides in the future with their smartphones, and City Airbus vehicles landing outside their front doors. Airbus is targeting this product to transport service providers such as Uber. They believe sharing the cost of a flying taxi by multiple customers could lower the price to nearly the same as a normal taxi ride. Amazon opens a grocery store that could be a job killer. Amazon is opening a grocery store in downtown Seattle early next year where customers can make their purchases without waiting in checkout lines. To make a purchase at the Amazon Go grocery store, one would need an Amazon account and a smartphone with the Amazon Go app. Customers are admitted into the store after opening their Amazon Go app and scanning it on the turnstiles. The app generates a QR code, that logs the customer into the store's network and connects to the customer's Amazon account. This prevents shoplifting, as the customer's identity is recognized and stored. The entire store is equipped with computer vision, sensor fusion, and deep learning technology. It can automatically detect when products are taken from the shelves and record them in virtual shopping carts. The products would be removed from the customer's virtual cart if they put them back on the shelves. When leaving the store, customers have to pass through turnstiles equipped with sensors that signal the app to calculate the cost of their purchases. Payments are then charged to the customer's Amazon account. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, about 3.4 million Americans work as cashiers. A consumer behavior research firm points out that Amazon's technology might wipe out 75% of typical grocery store staff. Caramel is coming! Thank ye candy gods for answering all our prayers, as M&M's comes out with a new flavor next year that proves there is still goodness in this world. Chocolatey goodness. It took 75 years, but the M&M's crew has finally decided to fill their candies with something soft and gooey for a change. Soon we can all indulge in luscious caramel, covered in milk chocolate and encased in a crunchy, colorful shell. None of that pumpkin spice bullcrap. The new flavor is going to be a permanent item, and the company's gateway to the booming $2.2 billion caramel business. M&M's is so serious about it that they spent 2 years figuring out how to do caramel right, and even built a new plant in Kansas to produce the tasty morsels. The caramel candies are set to fly off shelves and make America fat again by May 2017. Until then, we'll just be here drooling. Paris gives go-ahead to flying water taxi trials. Ever wanted to take in the City of Light via a flying boat? Well, soon you might be in luck. Next year, Paris will test a prototype flying water taxi that will allow people to tour the city along the Seine River. The vessel, named Sea Bubble, can reportedly travel up to 30 kilometers per hour and can seat 5 people, including a driver. According to the Telegraph, the vessel's structure will be made of fiberglass and high-density foam. Sea Bubble will also reportedly have foils attached to its hull that will reduce drag and help it float around 2 feet above the water. Parisian authorities have allowed testing of the vessel on the Seine River next year. If successful, Parisians could soon get Sea Bubble docking stations along the banks of the Seine. The developers hope that Sea Bubble vessels could eventually be ordered through vehicle hailing apps like Uber. If successful in France, the team hopes to use Sea Bubble vessels in waterways in other cities, such as London, Geneva, and elsewhere. The developer hopes the cost of using Sea Bubble will be around €10 per trip if the project passes testing in Paris. The Great American Eclipse is less than a year away. America has started counting down to a total solar eclipse that will be visible from coast to coast on August 21st next year, and NASA says it will only be visible in the USA. A total solar eclipse occurs when the new moon passes between the sun and the Earth. In the path of the eclipse, the sun and its rays are completely blocked by the moon. The last total solar eclipse visible from the US took place in 1991, but could only be seen from parts of Hawaii. The 2017 eclipse will start in Oregon and pass over 12 states before exiting in South Carolina. Its path will be 67 miles wide. The Great American Eclipse of 2017 will be the first total eclipse only visible in the US since the country was founded in 1776. Total solar eclipses occur about once every 18 months, but it's rare for them to be so accessible. According to NASA, next year's eclipse will be the first to stretch across the entire country since 1918. But if you missed this one, don't worry. NASA says the US will only have to wait until 2024 for another total solar eclipse. Chicago hopes to build floating solar-powered bike path. Mayor Rahm Emanuel is hoping to build a floating bike path along the Chicago River in an effort to make the city the most bike-friendly city in the U.S. The bike path would be built on steel-reinforced concrete pontoons, which are secured with pilings driven into the riverbed. Each 82-foot by 12-foot segment would be equipped with a solar panel. More segments can be connected to extend the bike path. Energy generated from the solar panels will be used to power lighting fixtures. The path is also embedded with a heating conduit to prevent icing on the surface during cold weather. It also has retractable awnings that can roll out to provide shelter for riders when it's raining or snowing. The proposed bike path would float on the Chicago River between Horner and Pingtom parks. It would be free of cars, allowing cyclists to ride on it any time of the day. Each mile of the bike path might cost between $5 to $10 million. Architecture firm Second Shore, which put forward the idea, hopes to build a half-mile stretch of the proposed bike path in a pilot project by the summer of 2017.
FAA releases proposal for commercial drone use. Thanks to the FAA, the mass use of small drones for commercial purposes is one step closer to reality. The Federal Aviation Authority has released a new proposal for small commercial drones, which would allow unmanned aircraft weighing up to 55 pounds to fly in daylight hours. The drones will have to fly within sight of their pilots, must not fly higher than 500 feet, and may fly no faster than 100 miles per hour. Pilots must be age 17 or older and will have to pass a written aeronautical knowledge test every 2 years. Drones may not fly within 5 miles of an airport and are prohibited from flying over bystanders not involved in the drone's flight. Although the proposal could lift some restrictions on the current use of drones, it makes no provision for drone package delivery services or pipeline inspections.
Self-driving boats to sail on Amsterdam's canals by 2017. In a collaboration with researchers at MIT, the Amsterdam Institute for Advanced Metropolitan Solutions is currently developing autonomous boats. Rowboat is the first large-scale research project that will put self-driving boats on water as early as 2017. The first prototype, a flatbed 6x6-foot design, was created for basic transportation of people and goods through Amsterdam's many canals. The flatbed boats can also be utilized as on-demand bridges that can be assembled within hours to relieve traffic congestion. Researchers are also looking at other designs where the device could assist in underwater research and help detect waterborne diseases at an early stage. The rowboats could also potentially help clean canal waters by picking up floating debris or waste. The project is currently being backed with $27 million, and researchers are hoping the autonomous boats can be used in cities across the world. Big Brother is about to be watching your entire internet history. The UK is about to become one of the world's creepiest surveillance states by allowing its police and intelligence agencies unprecedented powers to spy on its own citizens. To a degree even the Chinese would find impressive, with the Investigatory Powers Bill. The bill will legalize the UK's global surveillance program, which collects global communications data, but will also grant new domestic powers, including a government database that stores the web history of every citizen in the country for a year. What? Internet providers will need to keep a full list of internet connection records and cough them up if Big Brother comes knocking. UK snoops will have the green light to hack individuals, internet infrastructure, and even whole towns under the new bill. Could this lead to similar surveillance laws popping up in other countries as well? Probably. Well, at least UK citizens can rest assured that only a few government agencies will have access to their porn surfing habits. Toyota pilots keyless car-sharing service. Toyota will test its new smart key box technology in vehicles used by car-sharing service Getaround in San Francisco at the beginning of next year. A smart key box is placed inside vehicles in the car-sharing program. The person who wants to borrow the car will receive a code via an app on a smartphone. When the smartphone is brought near the vehicle, the pre-sent code is authenticated via Bluetooth. The user is then given access to the car and its push-button ignition. The user's code is only valid during the vehicle reservation period. The system will only be functional on all Lexus models and Toyota Priuses in the initial stage.